What's up, Macheads? What up, YouTube? Today, I got a story at the subscribers' request about getting shot at and obviously surviving. Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories.
What are the G's? Well, best seat riders, woman, but still get him a stomp on, walk on. Fans on camera with the folded bandana, he'll still get him a stomp on, walk on. What are the G's? Well, best seat riders, woman, still get him a stomp on, walk on. Fans on camera with the folded bandana, he'll still get him a stomp on, walk on. What are the G's? Well, best seat riders.
That was it. I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories. Today's setting takes place in the turf on 2nd Ave at 59th Street Elementary School in or around 1989, 1990s, right? It was after Lil Monk was killed, but it was prior to Eddie Boy and Big U catching their robbery case. So I'm going to say like late 89, but it could have fell in 90. I do remember there being nice cars parked on 3rd Ave, and there were nice cars parked on 59th Street. It was at least 15 of us, because we had 3 teams of 4 on each team, and you had some extra players that wasn't playing. And I know there was a lot of names and faces. I'm not just going to throw no names and faces out there that I don't remember, but I remember Big U was there. And at this time, we was playing basketball every day. We was getting a lot of cardio in. And we would just meet up. This was our camaraderie. This was our hood shit. There wasn't no inner beef in the hood at the time. And we used to have our Thunderdomes there, put-ons there, and meetings there, and that type of stuff. And I remember we balling, but my team wasn't on the court at this time. So my back is up against a chain link fence along 3rd Avenue, which the basketball court sat in the back of the 59th Elementary School or the corner of the school, depending on how you want to look at it. And they had these handball courts. So you couldn't actually see all the cars coming down 3rd Ave. It was like a blind spot until the cars damn near get up on you that are headed northbound. So I'm leaning up against the fence, back against the fence, fully out in the open, right? But I could see basically everything else going on, right? So we balling, I'm tired, waiting on the next game. And this car comes down 3rd Avenue, going northbound toward 59th or Slauson, basically coming from the 60s. And so I remember hearing, "Pat." Don't mean nothing to me. Pat. I'm like, oh shit, sound like some shooting. And I remember Big U saying, get down, hit the ground. And most of them laid down on the ground. Some people try to like get away a little bit, ducking and getting away. I hit the ground, thinking, oh shit, these niggas gonna get me if they get out the car. But it was a typical drive-by, and luckily nobody got hit. These dudes just sped off. They just kept speeding and went on down towards Slauson. And they yelled out, A-Trey Gangster. So we knew it was A-Trey Gangsters. At least we thought it was. Because a lot of times in LA, probably all over the world, man, people will do a shooting and just yell out somebody else's gang. But wasn't too many gangs really gonna slide through during that time. You pretty much knew that it was only gonna be the A-Trey Gangsters. Maybe the Inglewood families, maybe the VNGs. Wasn't too many other people sliding through. And caught us off guard. Because wasn't nobody ready. Nobody got off on them or no immediate response, jump in the car and try to catch him or nothing like that. But everybody was kind of like in shock and awe, trying to make sure everybody was all right. It was a cool situation where nobody panicked. We just sat around and talked about how lucky we was that nobody got hit. And how them dudes knew we was up there. So the conspiracy start flying, how they knew we was there, how did they catch us on this day, and stuff like that. But we had been going up there and going up to Ladera Park, so it was no real surprise to me, but was kind of, they did catch us off guard, bottom line. And so afterwards, you know, a lot of people went their own way, go home and shower, maybe go to a crap game, maybe go out and eat. These are things that we did as a unit, as homies, that had love for each other. Mind you, like I said, it's late 80s, early 90s, before a lot of the gang politics started to change, before the hood started to change. And, you know, a lot of dudes still had reps intact, solid reputations, and was good with each other. And so a lot of the youngsters were influenced by a lot of dudes that was from the set, whether you were young or youth or an adult, right? You know, those was fun times in the hood. And no, it was just a lot of love flowing throughout the hood, from Western to Fox Hills, basically. You know what I mean? Basically from Slauson to Florence, but further north from Slauson and also further south from Florence, the hood has stretched. So, you know, you basically knew as many people as you could back then. There were still dudes in prison locked away from the 70s, early 80s. Even some people had been killed up until like 84, even 89. So, of course, when you're from a big set, you don't know everybody, but you done heard the stories. You know the different families, meaning the Lil, the Baby, the Tinies, right? You may even knew some of their parents, some of the dudes' parents from the set, from other sections of the hood, because we got around back then. And that particular day, I felt kind of lucky because I didn't have no gun on me. And basically nobody out there really had a gun that I recall. Nobody pulled no gun, right? So maybe in our cars possibly, but I always look back at that day, since my back was to the street and I was right there on the gate where I was an easy target, but they were just shooting at a group of people. They weren't targeting me. So I always felt lucky, and I want to spread this message that every bullet may not hit its target, but every shooting affects the community. And that's what keep a lot of this shit going, especially when you start yelling out your set, even if it's not your set that you yell out. You know, the response is usually almost a for sure thing in one hood or another. And if nobody's out, crazy thing about LA is if nobody's out, you just go to the next hood. And the next hood, it's like you scanning the city. When you a Rip or you from the set, you scanning the city, right? And so when you out on a mission, you go with coming back with no bullets in your clip in your mind. So I just want to spread that today, man, and put peace on you guys' mind and make you understand how everything we do affects one community or another. Y'all stay safe, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like the story or you asked for this story, be sure to click the like button. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. I tell all sorts of stories here, all type of gang stories, hobbies, prison stories, jail stories, fight stories, all that good old stuff that people like on social media. With that said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.
And if you what a march,